Allah, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the show live from Kenya's capital, Nairobi. This is Trends KE. Yet another episode, our 8th episode. Thank you very much for following us and always tuning in for your comments and your continued engagement with the Trends KE on the alternative voice. Tonight on the show, so much has been happening all week, and we shall be getting into what's been trending for the entire week from Friday last week until today. And then we shall get into that interview that we are having with the hairdresser and a hair designer by the name of Francis Kupa. For those of you who checked our platforms, you saw the work he does. So we shall be hosting him. Come with your questions tonight. This day, what has been trending partly has been one person whom at least everyone around knows. That's Francis Atwoli. So today, the deputy governor, who is also the acting governor of Nairobi, who is called Anne Kananu, I think she has named one road Francis Atwoli Road. That's one road along Mandera Road. That's a street along Mandera Road that has been named Francis Atwoli Road. So ukipita hiyo barabara unaiangalia unasema Allah. Things happen. I think if you have a picture, we had a photo from the venue. If my producer can put that photo up of Francis Atwoli Road, finally. So the next time he will be on a live show, he must talk about that. Yeah, that is coming up. There it is. That is Francis Atwoli Road that was launched today with the Deputy Governor of Nairobi, Anne Kananu, along Mandera Road, somewhere in Kileleshwa. So, as that was happening, speaking of roads, something happened while the president was passing somewhere in Lakisama. So, unfortunately or fortunately, someone was not so lucky in Lakisama. A guy decided to go and block the president's motorcade. Not the motorcade entirely, but specifically the car that the president was riding in. And that man was brave enough. Before we get on with that, let's watch this clip, if my producer can put it up. Yeah, that was it. That guy just decided to block the president, and he wasn't so lucky enough there in Lakisama, and the president's security detail was brought into question about their competence. Someone is trying to show us that he's competent enough in speaking English. I'm talking about Diamond Platnumz, aka Chibudi Chibude, our brother from down there in Tanzania. The guy came up all gangster with some English, and to rate his competence, I want you to tell me if you will hear anything in his statements. Please tell me exactly what you've heard.
You know how we do, man. Like the reason why they call me Simba, because I'm a type of aggressive person. Like I'ma go get her. Whatever I want, I go get it. Like that's the lion spirit. Like I'm a hunt, I'm hunting you. Whatever one I go hunted, like, can come straight to your face, like, yo, I'm gonna take it. That's how I am. That's the reason to come see me. So like when I'm on the stage, like I'm taking your attention. When I drop this song, like I'm taking your attention. Like if it's a heartbroken song, I'm gonna make you cry. If it's a dance song, you're gonna dance. If it's a party chilling song for you to smoke, you're gonna smoke when you listen to my song. If I come to the stage, I come that hard, like I'm dancing, doing the moves, like I got that lion spirit. Like whatever I do, I keep it 100%. Like bro, so aggressive, like, and that's lion spirit, and that's the reason why they call me lion. See, like.
Yeah, like bro, if I want something, I could get it. I don't know if what you've heard out of what Diamond has said. Kindly tell me if you've heard anything from his statements. And somewhere else, another musician, your favorite gospel musician, I'm talking about Mbarambamba. The guy moved and graduated all the way from playing in the mud into playing some other games. Unfortunately, in this specific incident, the things he did cannot actually be aired at this time because, you know, Mr. Mutua might come for us and it's also not in good order. But we have sections of what was going on in the show or the event that he was hosted. And let's just watch a snippet of that where we have edited out that particular section. Yeah, that section is. Yeah, it's coming up. My producer is bringing it up, and I can see you are tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in. Nicole Caroline Omolo is tuned in. Cleophas Uluoch, thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks all. Continue sending your questions in regards to our interview tonight and that interview with the hairdresser, and also your comments on what is going on our trending topics. Kindly PG, I know you will be tuned. You are either tuned in. We shall be sifting your comments. That clip is coming up like right now. The Millennial Christian Julie, thank you very much for tuning in. Who else is tuned in? Dominic Xavier Mwiti, thank you very much, Dominic Mwiti, for tuning in this night. And Eric Omwansa is tuned in. Thank you very much, Eric. So we have that part of Mbarambamba who has decided to graduate from playing with the mud into playing with people. And he also came up in his defense to say that whatever he did, he was doing it because, you know, it's just acting, like he's acting what happens in the real world. Like when you want to tell people don't do this, you must show them what you want them not to do. So you should like actually show them that you see what I'm doing, you are not supposed to be doing that. And my producer, I don't know if he has gotten that clip and people are still tuning in. Helen Marura is tuned in from Kitengela. Thanks, Helen, for tuning in. JK is watching. Evan Somondi is also tuned in. Hey, Lomova Felix, shout out umepata. Ndio hiyo hapo akiwa Mobri somewhere all the way from Eldoret Moi University. Thanks for tuning in, bro. And let me bring you up to speed with the newest couple in town. And I'm talking about this musician by the name of Peter Omwaka. If you didn't know, now you know. Peter Omwaka, aka Guardian Angel. 32-year-old Guardian Angel finally proposed to his sweetheart on her 51st birthday, and she said yes. So My producer, if you have that clip.
You caught me. You could not do that to me.
No butter.
Thank you, everybody. Team, shame on you. Oh, and thank you. That was
Nice.
Nimewasikia huko mkisema ati oh. What's wrong with you? Actually, ladies, those of you who are watching, mtu nini wao inafanya mnalia? Hiyo ringi inakuanga imekuja na ni pilipili ama ni kitunguu? What actually makes you cry? I don't get it. But in the end, love wins, and that's the guardian angel, Peter Omwaka. He and the lady finally said yes, although Julie, nilijua tu hivyo ndo mlikuwa mnasema. Alafu JL Empire anauliza wewe utaoa lini? Sijui hiyo wewe ni nani? Cleophas Uluoch. Ati hiyo ni ile siku. Aya, sawa sawa. So that was it, but people have actually Kenyans will always be Kenyans, and they are still bringing up the topic of the age 52, 32. Some think that's not good for a man to date someone who is that older than them. I don't know what you think. And alafu ile story tulikuwa tunaongea nayo Marura, I knew exactly what you are saying. That story of Embarambamba. Someone came in his defense, and you won't guess who. That is Babu Owino, MP, Member of Parliament, Honorable Babu Owino. Alikuja akasema, at least think of this on the positive side. This guy has improved. He has moved from playing with people with mud. Embarambamba, he has stopped climbing trees and is now climbing people. What an improvement. Babu Owino yeye ameona improvement hapo. I don't know what you have seen in what Embarambamba did, for those who watched that clip. Also, if you are at your place of work, na watu waamue that the only thing that is found at your place of work in plenty is the one that they will wash you with, what will that be? This guy, unfortunately, man, this guy was washed with oil on his birthday. Let's watch this clip, my producer, if you can put it up. The guy was washed with oil on his birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Yeah, that video, as you have seen it, someone was washed by oil. Sasa kama ni wewe mahali unafanya kazi wewe, ama mahali huwa unashinda most of the time, unaweza ushwa na nini? Mi kuna watu najua wataushwa na pesa. Wow. General Babu Babu has decided, Lumumba Felix, ati umeenda kufanya nini? Lumumba unafanya nini Mobri? Unafaa kuambia watu best star prof. Hapo tunakosana. We imagine that's you being washed na oil. Man, that's so tough. Then on a good note, there is this story all the way from, I think, the United States. A professor decided to buy a crib and take it to his office at campus so that the child or the kid of his student can lay there while the student is studying and doing her thesis. That's quite something commendable, unlike most professors. But if that thing happened in Kenya, ingetrend na stories zingine different kabisa. Nasema professor, wewe umeweka crib kwa ofisi yako ya mtoto. Questions. Someone is saying there that was so unfortunate. That photo there of that professor from MIT who decided to bring a crib in his office. And yeah, what do you think about that? That's the M from MIT professor. Ako na roho mzuri kabisa. Tungekuwa na watu kama hao kadhaa hii Kenya, tungekuwa mbali sahi. So somewhere else there is this chief. I don't know if it's a chief or a fake chief. Jamaa ameamua kubeba pesa kama yote, the money collected from people. You know what happens always on the roads? People carry money from, they pick money from anybody that they can pick from 50, 10 bob. So huyu jamaa alifumaniwa akiwa na pesa na utaki kujua hiyo pesa ilitolewa wapi. Everywhere full of money. That clip, if my producer you have it, can you watch it? And that clip is coming up in just a few. I can see most of you are still tuning into the show. Who's that? At the compensation.
Chief Jo, unaharibu inchi Jo. Unaharibu inchi. Unaharibu assistant chief. Wewe unachoma pesa. Chief unagawa pesa chief. Chief unagawa pesa. Chief unagawa pesa, wacha kutafuna list. Zima hiyo. Wewe, zima. Chief, wacha kutafuna list. Acha na clutch. Acha hapo clutch. Hapana. Wewe tunaenda na wewe. Kiondo ni moja, piana kiondo huko. Chief unakuwa na tabia gani? Hii ni tabia gani? Chief mzima. Simu yako atuchukui. Hataki simu yako, hataki nini yako. Unagawa pesa. Tutoe betri yote, tuende na betri, atanunua betri. Toa betri. Toa hii betri.
Chief mzima ameamua kusanyia watu pesa hivyo. Hey, that happens with the chiefs and some police officers. Evans Omondi anasema hapo kwa petrol station. Petrol station hiyo unaoshwa na petroli mtu yangu bila huruma tena. Then on another unfortunate story, we're talking about the governor of where? the governor of Mombasa, Ali Hassan Joho, came up with, supported by some influencers on social media, with a hashtag to boycott services at Safarilink. Do you know the reason? The reason is because he's condemning services from Safarilink because they did not wait for him. So the governor arrived about how many minutes late for a flight, and you know flights are scheduled. Once it's time, they leave. So the governor decided to be late, then blame the Safari link and call upon people to boycott. If he's the one who was behind that hashtag of boycott Safari link services. But like seriously, flights are flights and they are scheduled. See kama matatu, and the good governor knows that because he is the governor of Mombasa. He has been always flying. So when you're late for a flight, you know it will leave you and you have to have other means. It doesn't matter whether you are a local person or you are a governor or you are who. So this is actually what he was saying. In this ever increasingly competitive world, the aviation industry has no place for such an unprofessional, unreliable, and uncouth behavior as exhibited by at Fly Safari Link. Na kuna mtu amemcorrect kizungu hapo. I won't get much into that English. But then Safari Link walikuja wakasema governor alichelewa. Na ukichelewa kama mtu mwingine yeyote unaachwa, unless you want to hire your own private jet, it will take you wherever you want at whatever time you want. So that's actually not a good thing. You can read that where they are saying that it is unfortunate you are unable to make our flight on time, but we are happy to rebook your ticket. So you can compare the outburst of the governor and that very professional response from Safari Link. And I don't know what sense the Kenyans who are behind that hashtag of boycott Safari Link, what kind of sense they had. Because as you can see, if you are late for a flight, you're late, unless we are not getting the true story of what actually happened. Alafu kuna producer wangu hapo kutoka India anasema mheshimiwa anunue tu yake. kama anajinauo aende na chopa yake ba, ache kusumbuana na watu wenye wanaenda na nini. Yeah, that's it. I think it's very unfortunate to do that, to try and kuharibia watu biashara sababu ya uzembe yako ama we mwenyewe ulichelewa. Sally is tuned in from the green city of maize. I guess that must be Kitale. Thank you very much, Sefu, for tuning in. Aha, who else? Oluoch ametajwa hapo, sijui amefanya nini. That's Cleophas Oluoch. Then we are getting into an interview, and there's a clip that will play you first. That clip of our hairdresser doing his thing before we get to invite him on the show. So you will be coming on the with your questions. If you have any questions, comments, maoni na mapendekezo. We are talking tonight on actually generally what our guest is doing as a hair designer, hairdresser, name it, and what the challenges he is facing as a man in that industry. Kwa hivyo kujeni na maswali yenu tafadhali, maoni na mapendekezo, yeah, on that specific topic that we are going to talk about. Yes, my producer will be getting you that clip that he will play, and here we go. yeah, that's it. Another one. Yeah, that's another clip that my producer will be playing here. So that is what our guest tonight does, and we share that, and many people liked it. So tonight on the show, we are hosting our guest by the name of Francis Kupa, who is joining us in a few, and he does hairdressing, a profession in which many men actually have gotten into lately, and they are doing it very much and way better. And I think we've gotten to a place where gender should not be an issue when you're talking about professionalism. But it's so unfortunate that we have to talk about that because it still happens. There are so many stereotypes and prejudices that arise at people's workplaces because you are a woman and you are doing this, you are a man and you are doing that. And it's sometimes pushed by our media houses where they will refer to someone as a female engineer because why? Female engineer because why? So tonight on the show we are being joined by Francis Kupa. Franco, welcome to the show. Franco. Yeah, I think you're having a little bit of a delay there, and he will be unmuting his mic as we get back to him. In the meantime, you can keep sending in your questions and contributions if you have any.
Wake up, get up, make yourself even better. You're the one in a million, baby, you're a go-getter. Wake up, get up, make yourself even better. You're the one in a million, baby, you're a go-getter. Let's go, put your hands in the sky to the roof. You can dance, spin around in the room. And I know it's not nice all that's happening outside, but we know deep inside is the truth. And I hope that you got what it takes.
Yeah. Now you can keep sending in your questions and contributions on that topic that we're going to talk about. That's gender. And in workplaces, for in this case, we are talking about the effects that our guest, who will be joining us in a little while, faces in his workplace as a hairdresser. Are there any prejudices that arise because he is a man and is doing a profession which has been previously known to be mostly undertaken by women? And just as I said earlier, that should not be an engagement that we should be having at this time of the 21st century. Like, really? But we have no otherwise because it still happens and we need to wait it out. I can see some people are still joining into the show. Thank you very much, all of you who are joining in. Lumumba Felix, Best Star Prof, Evans Omondi, Helen Marura, the Millennial Christian Julie, thank you very much. JL Empire, Don Jaka, Ruth Mwende is tuned in also, she always does. Thank you very much, Ruth. Also, some other more contacts here who have tuned in. Thanks very much for tuning in, Barbara. Kevo Omolo, thank you very much. Ken, thanks very much for tuning in, Ken. Ken Obote, I think it was his birthday. Also, was it today or yesterday? But happy birthday to you, Ken Obote. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks all of you for tuning in. We are still correcting that problem with the connection with our guest. And I don't know if we have him already, not yet. And we shall be getting back to him. We are still trying to find a way of connecting up with our guest and bring you
Mtaani
up
Quick
that
Auto
story.
Spa. We welcome you to Mtaani Quick Auto Spa. Our services include pressure wash, steam wash, snow foam and gentle hand wash, wheel and rim cleaning, tire shine, engine and body wash, vacuum, carpet cleaning and much more. We apply encapsulation cleaning method to attack all forms of dirt and debris, which guarantee you the best results. We are consistent on quality services at affordable prices. Book an appointment now. You can call, text, DM or WhatsApp 0710 587 285 and we will come to you. All payments will be via M-Pesa Paybill 731-1341. Follow us on our social media platforms at Mtaani Quick Auto Spa.
Yes, we had to pay bills just for a little bit. Thank you very much. Now we have our guest back. So in that comment section, please send in your details and comments and questions to our guest. And also, as you send those comments, please tell us at your workplace, what do you face any biases because of your gender, or have you ever experienced any, ama kama kuna beshte amekuambia hapa kuna shida, please tell us in the comment section and we shall appreciate. Frank, finally we have you. Karibu sana.
Yes. Asante
Yeah,
sana.
tumekutafuta sana. So just try to tell us kabla uanze kuingia kwa hiyo kazi unafanya ya nini, what actually was the first thing yenye ilikufanya ukafikiria kuanza kufanya kazi ya hair designing and hairdressing?
I think first naweza sema kuingia kwa the industry ya nywele, what inspired me most, I think I had the passion. Because I just started as a yule mtu huko nyuma wa kutumwa, go and bring some braids, go and see later.
Yeah. Yes, I think we lost you there a little bit. I will be reading your comments and questions, those of you who are sending in. J. Joan is tuned in. Thank you very much, J. Joan. Kagigo is always tuned in all the way from Tanzania. Asante sana kaka Mwalida kwa kuhudhuria. And all of you, thank you. And I will be reading your comments for those of you who are sending in your comments. And concerns, tulikuwa tumekupoteza kidogo. Hebu anzia tu pale ulipobakia.
Okay, so from there, I think I came to have that passion ya
Yeah. I think today we shall be having a little bit of pick up. Franco, unanipata? Not yet. We still have a problem with connectivity. Thanks very much for those of you who are tuning in. And Francis Kupa is a hair designer, and he will be bringing us up to speed once we have him clear. We can see that we are having a little bit of a problem with the connectivity. We are very much sorry for that connectivity issue. Don Applejacker, waiting for the hair designer to come up again. Yeah, we are all waiting for him to come up again and give us his story of how he's getting up with it. Wambui, the captain, is tuned in. Thank you, Samuel Wambui, for tuning in. And I'm still waiting for those comments of viewers. Tell us, what experience have you had at your workplace, or have you seen or been told that is related to gender Vincent Bisinde, thank you very much, Vincent Bisinde, that's my uncle, for tuning in. He's saying that gender, I think, is not an issue, provided what someone does is legal and can put something on the table at the end of the day. Why not? So in as much, he's trying to say that in as much as what you're doing is good and can put food on your table, why should we look at gender? Thank you very much, Vincent, for that comment. And Franco, we have you back? Very sorry for that connectivity hitch. Yes. Yeah, ulikuwa unatuambia venye ulianza.
So I was telling you that I started working in a salon as somebody tumwa, and then from there I started having that passion of doing hair.
Yes. Wow. We have a bit of a problem there tonight, and we shall be. Yes.
I think where I.
Yeah, that is connectivity. Yes, you can pick up. We can get you now.
So,
yeah.
From there I got that motivation, and because I found some men doing hair, and you know, when I was still growing up, I never had anything in my mind like being a hairdresser, or even I didn't know something like that. Are you getting me?
Yes. Oh.
Okay. So from there, from working in the salon as just like an office messenger, I started getting that passion of working in the salon.
Yeah, we are still having that. And Victor Mbaya. Victor, asante sana for tuning in. Victor anasema kazi ni kazi, provided you get what you want. That's bottom line, get what you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to matter whether you are male or female. Whatever you do, just do it, provided it brings something on the table. Hey, what keeps you going in this field? That's a question that we shall be asking our guest there once we have him on the connection. Francis. That's a question from Cleophas Oluoch, which we shall be asking to our guest once we have him back. And you can also continue sending in your questions. Yes, Franco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tunakupata sasa. Kuna mtu anauliza hapa, what keeps you going kwa hii field, kama wewe kama hair designer, hairdresser, ni nini inakupatia hiyo motivation ya kuendelea? I think tonight we shall be having a little bit of a connectivity problem, which we shall actually solve by you sending those comments of yours of what you experience at your workplaces, or what you have seen someone experience, or what you think about the whole question of gender and work. Should we at all be discussing about gender and the work that someone is doing? And if you're interested in joining this conversation, you can just send in the comment section. If you want to join us live in this conversation, you can just comment in the comment section, and then we get you the link to join us live and participate in this whole conversation. Kindly, if you feel like joining live the conversation, tell us in the comment section, and we shall be having you right now on the show, because I can see we're having a problem with our guests' network connectivity. Yeah, Winnie Nyok. Thanks, Winnie, for tuning in. Winnie is tuned in from, yes, Winnie. Thank you very much for tuning in, Winnie. Franco, network naona imetuletea shida sana siku ya leo. Sijui kama unanisikia saa hii.
Nakusikia saa hizi.
Haya, tuambie, kuna Cleophas alikuwa ameuliza what keeps you going? Ni nini na kufanya unaendelea na hiyo? In the meantime, those of you who want, if you want to join it live in the conversation, please kindly use that link that has been sent by the alternative voice. Use that link to join in if you want to join us live on the conversation. Winnie, I can see Winnie is tuned in. Thank you very much, Winnie, for tuning in to the show. We are having a problem here with our guest connectivity a little bit, but we are solving it. There he is. Yes, pick up Franco. Kwa hiyo swali yenye Cleophas alikuwa ameuliza, ni nini na kufanya unaendelea and you don't give up?
What keeps on yenye nafanya niendelee to work as an hairdresser, I think because I have a family to take care of.
Yeah.
And another thing, I love doing what I'm doing right now. I love doing hair.
I love doing hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, thank you very much. Na hiyo kazi yenye unafanya tangu uanze kuifanya, umeisikia mtu akisema akicomment kuhusu gender, like you are a man and you are doing this? Have you ever been asked that question anywhere?
Yeah. I think.
Yes.
I think they have asked. They have asked it. They have asked it a lot of times. Wanauliza, why didn't you choose any other career to do?
Wow.
But you end up just telling them you love it, doing it, and you love doing hair.
Yes.
Kwanza ikionekana kwamba maybe you are a church person, and then they will start asking you, why do you do hair and yet you still go to church, or you are serving in the church? So unakuta some questions, but because I love what I'm doing, nothing can change the thing.
Yeah.
You're getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you. Nimekusikia. Kuna comment hapo imetoka kwa Kagigo, anasema gender doesn't matter so long as mtu amefanya kazi lengwa ipasavyo. Kiswahili hicho kutoka kwa kaka yetu ya Tanzania, anasema kama umefanya kazi lengwa ipasavyo, haina haja ya kufikiria mambo na gender. Joseph Oduor is asking if the shape of the head Actually, if you want to join into the conversation, kuna link tumetuma hapo na the alternative voice. Just click that link and you'll be joining us live. We shall be having you on the show kindly, because we are having a problem in the connectivity of our guest. Kuna mtu anauliza hapa na pia unaweza jibu tu hapo kwa comment kama uko na hiyo experience. Ask my friend if the shape of the head contributes to one's style, and if so, explain vividly. Wow, I don't know. He will be answering that once we have him on the show. JK is asking, did you train for this? And how can one improve on this area of skill? Yes, then Peter George Kahoki ako ndani kabisa. I hope hata leta ile story ya nini, story ya game tusilete hapa tafadhali. Domitila Titi Valerie is tuned in. She's saying hello Valerie, thank you very much for tuning in. David Kenneth, thank you very much for tuning in, and happy belated birthday to you, brother David Kenneth. Thank you very much for tuning in. So we have you back, Franco. Kuna mtu anauliza hapa, shape ya kichwa ya mtu ina determine style yenye atashuka nywele.
Yeah, it determines a lot. Especially if you have like forehead. We have those with
yeah. Story ilikuwa tamu na hatukupati vizuri bwana. Tukupati vizuri. Yes, pick up. Hebu anza tu venye ulikuwa umeanza. Hiyo asijakusikia vizuri venye umesema.
Umenipata?
Nakupata. Hey. Wow. Peter George say wacha hatutachokozana na story ya KMPG. We won't go there. Sisi hatuna uchokozi. Uchokozi ndio hatukuagi nayo. Alex Onsase, what are the challenges mkuu? Hairdressing sio rahisi ukiwa a man. Please tell us the challenges. Yes. Yeah. The challenges that people face. Shape ya kichwa ni muhimu sana. Quinta Otieno anasema shape ya kichwa ni muhimu sana. My small head needs big hair. So yeah, I get that now. If your small head needs big hair, that means your big head needs small hair. Is it that inversely proportional? I don't know. Those of you who understand that will tell us. So I think tonight, because of that connectivity problem, and because those of you in the audience are afraid of joining us on the show, we shall have to take this conversation to another day. Thank you very much for those who have tuned in. I can see you are still sending in your questions and contributions. Quinta Otieno, she always tunes in. Thank you very much, Quinta, for always tuning in. Peter George, David Kenneth, hey, nani mwingine, JK, Valerie, Joseph Oduor, Kagigo, watu wengi sana huwa wana tune in. Let's try one more time and see. Franco, unanipata sahi?
Nakupata vizuri. I think the problem ni huko kwetu. I think tunaishi kwa mlima ingine hapa.
Yeah, I think we are still having that connection problem, so mtatuia radhi kama ambavyo angesema kaka yetu toka Tanzania kwa leo, mtatuia radhi maana our connection hasn't been so good on the side of our guests. So thank you very much for those of you who have kept sending in your questions and contributions. Leo Fasapo ameshtuka. Ala hii shape ya kichwa. Hapana, Ellen Marore saying really wanted to hear the full story but net imeleta shida. I think this conversation we will have a very fine one come next week. Watch out on our channels at The Alternative Voice. And I think next time we do this show, we shall be going live akifanya ile kazi anafanya, so that we can get it from the horse's mouth, from the exact environment where he's doing his work, as he tells us what he does and how he does it. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Follow us at The Alternative Voice on all our social media platforms. If you're watching us on YouTube, kindly subscribe before you leave. On Facebook, kindly follow. And keep watching our clips. We have them uploaded also on our Instagram at the _alternative_voice. You can follow our guest tonight at Francis Kupa. Kindly go on Instagram and look for Francis Kupa. You will see the work he does. And next week, we shall be having him, most probably, if we will be able to get him at his workplace. Wait for that. Where is Cooper located and how can we promote him? He works at Urban, is it called Urban Hair? Franco, kama unanipata unaweza tuambia mahali ambapo unafanya kazi, tafadhali. We are not getting him. I think it's called Urban Hair or something. It's in town, but we shall be updating you later on our platform. So kindly follow. As you have seen in those clips, he does very perfect work. Thank you very much, all of you. Until next week, same place on the Trends KE. I have been your host, yours truly, KK Cedrick. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Ahava Medical Center. We are located at Konamaji, Manyata, opposite Kisumu Elite Academy, Kisumu County. At Ahava, we offer general and specialist consultations, laboratory services, pharmacy, mother and child clinic. We also offer inpatient and maternity services including Linda Mama, and soon opening up our theater services. We accept NHIF and other insurance companies. Choose Ahava Medical Center as your facility.